couple people were asking for a range test of the Rise RX, the 2020 Rise RX. I am at a lake in Utah, and we are at, it's called Rendezvous Beach. It's at the south end of Bear Lake in kind of almost on the Utah-Idaho border. The lake straddles the border, and there's some beautiful hills up in there with cabins. I was going to go up there, some pretty steep hills, and go for about an hour and see how the bike performs. We're starting at I gotta redo the trip distance, but 99% on the battery. This is the beach where we came from. Increase that a little bit. This is the lake right here. The nice thing about this lake is there's a bike trail that goes around a good part of the lake. We're about 4 miles from where I was before. Way down, you can see it way down there. The other cool thing about Bear Lake is there are just a ton of places where you can go hang out on the beach. There's rocky beach like this, but you can find plenty of places with sandy parts of the beach. The lake's about 20 miles long, 10 miles wide. So to go around it's about a 60-mile ride, but okay. Now we're on a bike path. I feel a little bit better because you can tell it's a vacation weekend here. Well, vacation, they have a thing here in Bear Lake called Raspberry Days. And of course it's that weekend that I'm here. I've climbed about 1,000 feet, and that's the lake down there. And you can't actually tell. There's that knoll right there, and the place I started was actually over there. We're about 9 miles into the ride. And yes, an out of shape old 60-year-old guy gets out of breath coming up here. And you can see we're about halfway up. I want to try to get up to that ridge right there. I have no idea where I am. Funny thing is, I used to own this piece of property right here. And I sold it to buy a house back in the good old days. And that's Bear Lake. I think I've told you before, if you go way up to the north end of the lake up there, my family settled a little town up there called Bennington, right near Montpelier. And the other thing, just want to give you some updates. I did use 5, but just in eco mode up most of those hills. Like I said, 8.5 miles and about 74% left on the battery. My hand's shaking a little bit. That's just some of the fun little cabins up here. I'm behind a little bit of those are the trees at the top of the mountain. Here you can see pretty much to the north end of the lake, and then the other mountains. That mountain in the distance is one I'd like to, there's a trail up to there I'm going to do sometime. And in the back country back here, I'm going to get on the other side of this knoll so you can see the other side of the lake. And that's it. That's the other side of the knoll. Those are those pines I showed you on the way up. There's the lake. You can see way down there at the end. Right down there is where I came up from. Actually, not that road. I started on a road that was way over there. Back behind those trees right there is where I started from. We're at 57%. It's 12 o'clock. Family wanted to leave at 1, so we have an hour to get back. Gone 11 miles. Mind you, straight uphill. And we're at about 57%. So I'm imagining on the trip down, it'll be much, much better. Plus, I won't need any assistance going downhill usually. Sometimes. I went 20 and a half miles. Percentage is still at about 33%. It thinks I could go another, let's see, probably another 17. I'd say at least another 10 miles. So that's why I'm saying about a 30-mile range. You have to think that was with, if you can see up, I went up to those mountain peaks right up there, about a 2,000-foot climb, and now I'm back at the beach with the fam, and it is like, you can see why I went on a bike ride. It's just like so crowded around here. This is not my idea of vacation, but that was it. So look back. 33%. How long did that take me?
Where did you go?
That was 98 minutes, about an hour and a half.